shall
do...
cast you into a pit of infinite torches.
He locked out. Where'd he go?
Result sounds.
Faithless. Atone! Faith empowers.
That I shouldn't have put the thing on the corner. I should have put it in the place where I already had it.
It's sketchy.
That way I wouldn't have needed to do that. Because the entire thing it covered like almost the entire like the little arena I had. So I was like, yeah, I'm not just gonna even take a guess, because even if I had dodged those, then the next attack would have been like impossible to dodge.
Lower mana.
Like here.
Atone! Banished. Atone! Faith empowers.
That was fine.
Die and be forgiven. Faith empowers. Die and be forgiven. Faithless.
Kirak sent you.
It was alright.
You must keep him out of the Atlas.
It was alright. I did a misplay on the second rune when I let him do it here. If I had actually just been like here or like anywhere, like ideally like in this corner, I would have so much more room, because like well, I didn't really want to find out, but the attack he had, it's filled like almost everything. So like there's like spot like maybe here or like a tiny spot here. But I would have had to wait for them to go off, and that means that I wasn't moving, and he could have just like, you know, default attacked me. But yeah, so that was 202k tooltip ED and 27k tooltip blight, and a random 31k pain. Honestly, the damage was more than fine. I'm pretty happy with that. Yo, what up, boys? Time for another update. I am now level 95. I have a pretty good altar progression. I am actually at Awakening level 6 now, and I'm one map bonus completion away from being able to run Blight. And yeah, as you saw, T16 Baran is down. It was pretty hectic fight, and I was very scared during it. But yeah, that's it. I did do a Pure Chayula breach as well. You can see from the item level, and that's gonna be at the end of the video, that run. And yeah, you remember from the last video, we got the gloves, and I was using these gloves for a good while. So this is basically like a 5.6, 5.7, 5.8 link, or whatever you wanna call it, because it's like a level 3 empower, and then the 30% more damage over time is like a level 5 control destruction or something like that, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's like level 6 control destruction, so it's missing a lot from it, and that's why I wouldn't want to call it like an actual 6 link. But we also have another pair of gloves now with a nice int on it, and like the title had, I did an OOPSIE, and the OOPSIE is related to these gloves. So these gloves were originally the fire damage to attacks. It had obviously it had the 2 suffixes, more damage over time, and the int, and it also had like 79% ES. So it basically had like 3 perfect mods for me: int, the damage, and the ES. And then it had 1 bad mod versus the fire damage attacks. So what we end up doing is doing suffixes cannot be changed, which I do not have. Someone else in our group had it. So we crafted the suffix cannot be changed, which is a prefix. So then the gloves were the fire damage to attacks, the ES, the suffix cannot be changed, and I was unable to annul either the damage over time or the ES away from it. So it was 1 in 3 to basically win, and the win would have been removing the fire damage. And as you can see, it's still there, so that didn't happen. So the first annul actually hit the craft mod, so that was, we just lost 2 exalts with that annul, and the annul, of course. So we put it again there to try again, and then I annulled off the percentage ES, which hurts my soul even now. And this is where the OOPSIE happens after that. So when I removed the ES from it, I still had the suffixes cannot be changed and the fire damage to attacks. And for some reason, I don't know what was going on. Maybe I was tired, I don't know. Like, we can figure out excuses, but I did a massive OOPSIE and I annulled again, which removed the suffixes cannot be changed. And what I should have done is just scour the item, because the item had 2 suffixes and it had 2 prefixes that I don't need, one being the craft and one being the attacks. So the item would have been the damage over time with the int, 3 open suffixes and one open suffix and 3 prefixes. And from there, I would have just multi-mod, do the +1 AoE, +1 projectile, and then exalt, and hope for like flat ES or percentage ES or something like that, even mana. But instead, I went and annulled it, and I don't know why, but I feel bad about it. But either way, these gloves are really good. I can still do it though. Like I can remove the crafted modifiers on this, put the suffix cannot be changed again, and then scour. But that's another 2 exalts for each. First for this, and then another 2 exalt for the multimod. But that's probably the end game what you would want to do with these gloves, because the T2 int is actually really good. So if you really wanted to min-max these gloves, you would do that. And obviously you would double corrupt these and hope for like +2 duration and +2 projectile stuff like that, because this is where I have my ED. I still have a level 20 ED only. But yeah, currently my tooltip DPS in hideout is 184k. That's without Arcane Surge. With Arcane Surge, it's like 210k. Other gear upgrades, we're still using the same wand. We're still using the same shitty helm. I'm not sure if I had this helm already in the last update, but either way, we're using this right now because it has a bit more ES and I didn't need more resistances. We finally have an anointment as well, and it's the same amulet, which I would like to get rid of at some point, and I will actually do so with, where are you? I found a yeah, so I got an item level 82 amulet from Alhesmin, you know, the hunter, and the hunter is good because I can roll +1 gem levels for my my ED and blight and whatnot. So how we're actually gonna craft this is through a vendor recipe. I can show you one quick. So instead of doing alt grigaling, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use we're gonna alt scour this, but we're not gonna actually be using scourings. We're gonna be buying one each type of gem. So strength, dex, int. Then we put the amulet there, and we will get the same item level on each amulet pack. But it's you know, it still has the influence, but it's, you know, normal. So we do that, and then we just simply arc it. And then we repeat this process until we get something good. That's how I'm going to be crafting this amulet. We're going to be doing it today. And hopefully we'll hit... the +1 is the most important thing. And then obviously after that, like ES and resistances or stats like that. I did get an upgrade on my ring yesterday. It's an okay ring. It's nothing too crazy. It has good resistance. Has a very high int, multi-1 int. Has some mana. I wish the mana was the low roll and the ES was the high roll. Though I do get bones from having some mana, since I have Prodigal Perfection. I will not have this eventually though. I'm probably gonna be anointing Crystal Skin to get immunity to ailments. So this is 15%. I'll have 20% from here, so that's 35. I'll probably get Shaper Boots, which can roll up to 35. So now that would be 70%. Then the last option is either crafted on a helm, but that only gets 25%. You can have a hybrid shield with that roll as well, like evasion ES. You could have the up to 35% on a body armor, but that takes a prefix. So I can do that though. If I get a really nice Sage Carp with like a high flat and then the percentage and an open prefix, we can do that. Speaking of that, we are now 440-ish fuses into this and no 6-link. I mean, obviously it's not too crazy. High amount of fuses used, but either way, would be nice to get a 6-link. Now I do have my blight there, and my 5-link, so my damage is it's actually feeling pretty good. I've been doing T16s. I've been doing the leak mechanic pretty much everywhere, and even on T16s, I feel like I can do them fine. The only time when it's like a bit rough is when you get one of the bosses in the high maps. But other than that, it's been totally fine. I don't think there's anything else I really need to talk about in this video. Oh no, actually one thing. So previously I've been talking about having a large cluster tool here that I'll get 2 sockets and then spread out from there. I did some POBing, and because this cluster tool is only 1 travel point away, I'm actually better off going here and taking a medium into a small. That's what I'll probably have to do. I mean, it's better to do that than to not take that and instead spread this from large into 2 mediums into 2 smalls. And it's the only reason why it's that, because I'm already 1 node away from it. So I'll eventually respect that. I think I'll probably have to drop corruption for that. And what I'll probably do is what the respec is gonna be is I'm probably gonna remove these 6 points. I'm gonna put them down here to get the ES through this, and then I'll respec out of this maybe. Like this is why at 14, 20% ES with a bit of flat, and then these are each 2% each. While this would be 5, 5, 15, 25. So quick math. This is more this. So I'll end up taking these out. And this also gives gives some mana, which is nice. It's gonna give me more sustain for my Blight, especially when I have a 6-link eventually at some point. But yeah. Oh yeah, the other way to get the avoidance immunity is like, I don't necessarily even need Arcane Swiftness. Ideally, I wouldn't even use it, but it also gives me a lot of damage, because I do want a Lethal Pride slapped into this slot, and then get Kill Over for the block. And I am pretty close to having a 3-way right now, so that's probably going to be the next update. We'll see if we get it. If we do, I'm already like about 28, 14 block, and I would also remove the Prodigal Perfection for something else. Probably take Deflection, it's really good. And like, I don't necessarily even need the Crystal Skin, because I might, instead of taking another ES Jewel, there's 2 other small class jewels that I could benefit from. There's a Spell Block one, and then there's a Attack Dodge one. And both of those can have a notable that gives elemental avoidance. The dodge one goes up to 30%, and then it also gives like 3% attack and spell dodge, if I remember correctly. And then the block one has like spell block, and then 25% avoid. So that's probably the plan there. And I still do want to go here for the phase acrobatics through lethal, Terror of Hope, and gonna get Hunter's Gambit and Sealed Reaper. So this is like what, 5, 6, 7, that's 8 points. So I do have to drop something for that. I don't know yet sure what it is gonna be. I have like this like random 3 ES nodes here, which I just don't have anything else to put them right now. And there is potential to drop this cluster and path through down here instead, but I'm not sure about that yet. If I'm going through this Dex route, going down here isn't exactly bad either. You know, 1 extra point there, and then going this route versus going this route. So that's one extra point, because I will probably drop entropy eventually, so it will be traveling be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, versus right now we are like what? That's 3, and then this is an extra point, but it also gives me a nice 2-point jewel. So I have to do some POPing, but I definitely want to get the face aggro, because this build could have like max or very close to max block, spell block, depending what. If I get really good boots, like really good boots would be Shaper boots with avoidance and spell dodge from I think that's Veritania, if I remember correctly, as suffixes, and then you just multi-mod ES percentage and movements. That would be like the ideal boots. And then we'd be like 50-60% spell dodge, crazy evasion, and then be cap block, and we'd get a ES gain, up to 5% ES gain on block shield as well. So the build is actually gonna be like, this build is like absolutely just squishy compared to what it will be once I get the gear for it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I want to talk about, so I'll just leave you guys with the Pure Chayula stone at the end. And I'll see you guys later. Mitch, you wanna be on standby if I die?
I'm not gonna do it. I have like 100k Shaper DPS right now.
I mean, I can be on backup.
Yeah,
If I die.
like be ready in case.
I'll be on 3rd backup.
Also, like in case I realize that my clear isn't enough, you just hop in, and then I'll do 2-man boss H.
The clear should be fine with ED.
It should, yeah.
I think I have more damage.
It's really not that bad.
Just the rares might be a bit tanky, but
Not sure.
the
Like
rest
I've
is
never done it with scuff gear. Like by the time I get a pure stone instead of Sapphire, I have like OP gear. So I don't know.
Yeah. Same.
Like I've never gotten a pure stone before I had a 6 game.
Energy. It's easy clear.
It's better than I expected. Actually.
The mobs aren't that tiny. It's just look.
I did it.
I thought it was harder. I don't know. Maybe we just get so much better because are stronger. Power creep.
Put the judgment stuff.
I
nice.
assume
Oh.
your Atlas is set up so that you can actually drop high maps curve, right?
Yeah, I have.
Did you drop it? Or did you?
I'm not picking up items right now.
I know, I mean.
I'm not dropping
The
it. I'm
breath-
putting it in my stash.
Where did you get the pledge? Because the other
Made
guy
it.
bought all the cards. Wait, but some other guy bought all the cards. I'm so confused.
Don't need cards. Let's kill it. Just didn't have
Actually
skill
doing
in
that.
right deal.
True. Because I saw my cards to some other guy. I didn't know you wanted to make it.
Got it. I didn't try to make it.
Made it. Fuck.
Actually doing it. Let's go.
Back up.
I'm sure we can kill the boss. Let's fix borders.
Let's don't get stunned by the cyclone.
Yeah,
And you're
I'm
dead.
very scared. of
It's
Cyclone.
actually not stunning me. Uh-oh.
He is stun immune unless he gets
As
hit
long
free.
as I don't get hit multiple times, you know, rapid success, and I'm immune. Yeah.
I think the only thing that can kill you in there is the cyclone if you get stuck.
Yeah.
You're bleeding.
Just play it smart.
Just don't die for it.
I'm watching screen. Yeah, don't check. Like you can log it. That's sketchy.
No, no logging allowed.
Yeah. Why play hardcore if you log out?
This thing
I'm
right
just
there.
playing it safe and slow.
And now play it super safe. Like take as long as you can. Oh god, yeah, I left the AD on.
It looks nice to fight this boss without a bunch of ads.
Alright.
Like that in there.
Whenever I did this,
Is it because-
he
is
kept
it because
popping
they
the
heal you?
portals for flask charge.
Give me frenzy charges too, it's damage.
Like how Carv's just not using any flasks.
I mean, that's how you both pop the flasks when you need them.
Refused flasks. Log when
correct,
flasks
yeah.
are out. Use flasks. Log when flasks are out.
That's Pepegan also.
Shit, why is he cycling for so long? Stop chasing me.
Probably because it's hindered and super slow.
Yeah. Dashes are fucking scaring me, dude.
Fuck.
Drop calf.
Good job. Oh, that's a red jewel.